Hello and welcome.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, it is. For anyone wondering, the meeting is being recorded, and I do. Glad someone said that. Up front, I want to say it's being recorded and will be used for the asynchronous class, both this semester and, if need be, hopefully we won't have this going on in the fall, but if need be, it will also be used in the fall. If any of you have any worries or objections about that, please contact me. All right, good. Okay, that was a very technical welcome. But welcome to the class. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you all made it. I imagine you had classes yesterday, and so you're getting back into the groove of doing this once again. I'm glad to have you here. So, as you know, as you've seen, because you are here and present in the Zoom meeting, for the first handful of weeks, we'll be meeting on Zoom. Once the weather cooperates, we will move to our outdoor classroom, which is right behind Scales Fine Arts Center. And I will send you a map to let you know exactly where that will be, how to get there. It's pretty straightforward, but just in case, you'll have all the details. Okay, so just to take a little pulse, how many of you have taken an art or architecture history course before? Okay, a couple of you, handful of you. Great. Okay, good, good. That's more than I usually have. Generally, this course is people coming right in from very different disciplines, or it's their first class. And no matter where you are, we will begin to equip everyone with the tools of reading the visual environment carefully, acutely, and with some panache along the way. So, welcome. How many of you have done any coursework on Latin America? Okay, Courtney, great. Good. Again, no pressure there either. We're starting from scratch and moving forward. It just helps me to know where everyone is. So fantastic. Okay, I'm going to move into a quick slide presentation before I get some information about y'all. Okay, here we go. So you are in Art 104, Art and Architecture Across the Americas. And I love this class. This class lands right on my specialization. Um, I'm an art and architectural historian, and I focus primarily on the art and architecture of the Americas, generally modern, but this course will go all the way from ancient civilizations right up to the 20th century. So we're doing a real fast flyby in a way of fabulous things that are happening on the continents. My PhD is from Rice University. I did my master's at MIT in architecture, history, and theory, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. Just to give you a little bit more info about who you're working with this semester, my personal research looks at the architecture of agricultural developments throughout the Americas. So, for example, as you're seeing here, I've done work on the architecture of sugar in the Dominican Republic, looking at the architecture of some of the sugar manufacturing plants from their earliest times during the contact period up through the 20th century. I've also written a paper on the architecture of slaughterhouses in Argentina. It sounds gruesome, but as you can see from the images here, there was an architect named Francisco Salamone who did a series of fabulous little slaughterhouses. I mean, it's horrible to even say it that way, but they look like little Art Deco movie theaters. You know, it seems like you're going to walk in and see some amazing spectacle, and in some ways you do, but it's not the one you expect. And then my current book project is on the architecture of the Green Revolution, which is just another way of saying industrialized agriculture. And a lot of those experiments began in Mexico in the 1930s and 40s. So I look at a few university campuses, laboratories, and agronomic centers that were built there between 1940 and 1970 in the 1970s. All right, that's enough about me. So if y'all will now give me your name. I can see it, of course, on the screen, but if you'll introduce yourselves and tell me one work of art or architecture that you like. And this can be as simple as my grandmother had this great painting in the kitchen that I liked, to something you've seen while traveling or online or otherwise. So no pressure on what it is. I'm going to start from the top left of the screen and just move in a snake motion going down. So Harry, you are up first.
Hi, I'm Harry. I'm a senior. I guess the piece of architecture I saw recently, I was just abroad in France, in Paris, and we got to go to Versailles. So that was really cool to see.
Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Great. Okay, thank you for that. Nick, you're up next.
I'm Nick. I'm also a senior. I guess a piece of architecture that I saw was when I visited Florence, and I saw the Duomo, which was pretty cool.
Nice. You've both seen very iconic pieces of architecture. That's fun. Great. Now I'm going to move to the other Nick because he is the next one in my view.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a senior as well. And one that always stood out to me was when I went abroad to Barcelona. It was the Park Güell. I just thought it was fascinating to see like a town kind of all built by one innovator, Gaudi. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, fantastic. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the podcast 99% Invisible, but there's an amazing episode on Gaudi and one of his iconic works that is still being finished long after his death. But it's a really fantastic episode. And the podcast itself is about design and architecture, most of the things we take for granted and don't usually see in our daily life. So I recommend it if you just need a little something to listen to. But thank you for that, Nick. That's terrific. Okay, Jake, you're up next.
Yeah, so I'm also a senior. My name's Jake, and I think my favorite piece of architecture I've seen also in Barcelona was the Sagrada Familia.
Fantastic. So right on theme here. Terrific. Okay, Olivia, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm also a senior. And I took global contemporary art last semester, and I loved this work by Felix Gonzalez Torres. I think it's just called Untitled, but it's an installation that he did in the 90s with candy, and people would go and basically take a piece of candy and then it would be replenished. And it was kind of a tribute to his boyfriend who had passed away of AIDS, and it was happening during the AIDS epidemic. Such
a moving work. It is beautiful and bittersweet all at the same time. Really nice. Great introduction for us to that. Thank you. Okay, Courtney.
Hey, I'm Courtney. I'm a senior too. And I guess kind of keeping on theme, I really liked Casa Mila in Barcelona, which is also by Gaudi.
Terrific. So several of you have gone to Spain, I'm guessing as part of the study abroad program. Do you have any Spanish in your toolbox? Any of you? No.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Olivia. Sorry, go ahead, Courtney.
Oh, yeah. I think I'd say I'm like kind of fluent-ish.
Yeah.
Like I can get around, and just from trips to Spain and like the Dominican Republic and stuff, I can converse, but I wouldn't say I'm like thinking in Spanish or anything like that.
Fantastic. You're on your way. That's great. Okay, Grace, you are up next.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm also a senior. I'd say probably my favorite architectural building is Falling Water in Pennsylvania. I've never actually been inside, but I've seen the outside of it, and I think it's really cool.
Incredible project by Frank Lloyd Wright. So this building, for those of you who aren't familiar, is cantilevered out over a running stream, which means it's just like hanging out in some way over this body of water, with the bulk of the house anchored on the shore, but this incredible piece that just brings you out over the water itself. It's in a crazy state of repair and renovation right now because there's this delicate balance as to whether or not you can touch the work of this famous architect, and yet it will crumble if something isn't done because that cantilever isn't supported and needs to be pulled back up to level. So yeah, beautiful house, great idea. I'm glad you brought that to the table. Okay, Richard.
I'm Richard, and I don't really know what my favorite architecture is. I went to Barcelona, so I've been to like the Sagrada Familia, and I thought that was really cool. It's amazing how it's still being built, hasn't been finished.
It's just mind-blowing, isn't it? And the fact that Gaudi didn't ever have any technical plans to leave behind for people now to finish, it's crazy and fabulous.
I think they're saying it's supposed to be finished in the next 2 years, but I imagine that'll probably get delayed even further.
Yeah, it's just amazing, that building. And it's been through so many things, so many stages of history now. It's true. The pandemic will be part of a setback into its finish, and it has all of those layers. Great. Okay, Leila?
It's Lila. Hi.
Lila, great, welcome.
So I think my favorite architecture was, I also studied abroad. I was in London, and I love St. Paul's Cathedral. I took an art history class there, so I got to learn a little bit more about it, and it was really beautiful.
Oh, incredible. What a great opportunity. So nice. Okay, Leah.
Hi, my name is Leah. I'm a senior, and I think my favorite work of art right now is this painting I got from the thrift store the other day.
Yeah, okay.
It's a print of this Sheila Elias. It's inspired by the Pompidou. I've never seen the Pompidou. I think it's in France, but
yeah.
It's pretty. I like it. Hung it on my wall. So
fantastic. That's a great find. That's really nice. So the Pompidou Center, if you haven't seen it, is this amazing work of, well, let's call it postmodernist architecture, where the architects and engineers decided to take all of the technical workings of the building, like plumbing and air conditioning and all of the things that you usually try to hide in the walls. They pulled them to the outside of the building. So it's really like the building has an endoskeleton instead of an exoskeleton. And you just see all these amazing tubes and pipes and all of the flow of the building in bright, bold colors. Of course, people who lived in this beautiful arrondissement in Paris were a little appalled when this kind of machine-like building went in there, but it really is an incredible work of architecture. So fun that you found that a piece inspired by that. Nice. Okay, Abby.
Yeah, hi, I'm Abby. I'm also a senior, and I studied abroad last year. And I would say I had the opportunity to see Sacré-Cœur in Paris. And I've been to Paris a few times, so been able to see it, but I think it's beautiful, and it's at such a unique area of the city.
It really is so beautiful up there at that height and visible from quite a distance. Nice, terrific. Study abroad. Let's hope that comes right back as soon as possible for y'all and for me. I miss doing research. Terrific. Okay, good. Nick, we heard from you already, so now moving to Lucy.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm a junior, and I would say I don't really have a favorite piece of work at the moment, but my dad's an artist, and I really enjoy like having all his art like up on the walls at home. So yeah, I guess that's what I would say.
Yeah, nice. What kind of, is he a painter or a sculptor or a?
Yeah, he's a painter, but he does all kinds of like art, so like abstract, but also like still lives and stuff. So I don't know, it's really cool to kind of have that around the house everywhere.
Yeah. So fun, really great. Thank you. Okay, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. So I'm a senior as well. And my favorite is probably, so I studied abroad in Denmark. And so there's this museum in Aarhus, which is like, you spell it like AROS. And I just think that entire building itself is architecturally gorgeous. It's super modern, super clean edges and that kind of thing. And it's recognizable by its like the rainbow panorama at the top of the building that people always post pictures from. But it is just like an incredible feeling to kind of be there and look over Aarhus in all these different tints of color. And I just thought it was an incredible just building itself. So
Yeah, so good. And it's really hard to beat Scandinavia for modern architecture. It's so
yes.
good. Yeah, terrific, terrific. Thank you. Okay, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a senior. I studied abroad in Sydney, Australia, and so I'm obviously it's a very well-known piece of architecture, but the Sydney Opera House was just incredible. I felt so lucky to be able to like see that every day. So that's definitely my favorite piece of architecture.
So inspiring, that building. Fantastic. Terrific. So there are so many study abroad programs. Barcelona, London, someone was in France, Australia. There's a great Latin American study abroad program if you're looking to go somewhere again. I think they spend a lot of time in Argentina and in Chile and some time in Brazil. Just saying, could be a great opportunity. Okay, Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm a senior as well. I was going to say the Sydney Opera House because I also studied abroad in Australia with Alex. But I guess if I have to pick another one, I would say the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Okay, Stephen.
I'm also a senior. I was able to go to a Banksy museum, and like which displayed a ton of his work, and I really liked that. It was really cool to see all of his things.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. What's the movie Enter Through the Gift Shop that is about Banksy?
Yeah, I think so.
If you haven't seen it, this is a terrific film. It's crazy. It's a great view into his work and a little bit of how his mind works. Maybe at the end, you don't know if it is or if it isn't, but it's really terrific. Good. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, and Lucy.
I already went, I think.
You did? Okay, good. Things just got rearranged. Yes. Okay, good. Now that I see
That's
you,
okay.
I can tell. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, great. Thanks for those introductions. It's fun to know where you've been and what you're looking at. We will continue to do a lot of looking as we move through the class. Okay, I'm going to put you into breakout sections for just about 3 minutes. If you will take a screenshot of this image, it will disappear as soon as I move you. So just do that quick. Just kind of give me a nod when you've done it, so they'll know we're ready to move. Okay. Okay, good. So I'm gonna put you into great breakout rooms. Your task is to draw a map of America or the Americas. Do a quick Google or Wikipedia on America and Americas. And then just have a little discussion about what came up, and then I'll pull you back and we'll talk about it as a group. Okay. Any questions on that before you go? Okay. All right, see you in a few minutes. For those of you taking the asynchronous part of the class, welcome. I'm glad you're in it with us for the semester. Take this opportunity to do the same thing that I've just asked the synchronous class to do. Draw a quick map of America or the Americas. Do the quick Google and Wikipedia search. And then just think a little bit about what comes up for you as you have done this drawing, done this Googling. And this is one of those opportunities where it would be a great time to post your thoughts, ideas, reflections to our discussion boards in Canvas. It's not required for today because it's an intro class, but I just want to let you know that this is when you would do it. Let me know if you have any questions. As things go forward, feel free to email me. I'm available for office hours almost every afternoon when I'm not teaching. So just send me a note if you have any questions, and welcome.